Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 23 with the Oakland Athletics. I am trying to record and get this video posted on Sunday so that I can do another video and get it posted for you on Monday. That's my plan. I don't know if it's going to happen. At worst, this will be Monday's video and then we'll be back on schedule. It's been a while since I have recorded, so I don't really remember where we left. Obviously I can see where we left off, but I don't remember kind of what happened at the very end of the last episode. At any rate, before we get into the video, I just want to thank everybody. I reached 1,000 subscribers towards the end of last week. Thank you so much. I put a post out that said I'm going to be putting some monetization stuff on my videos. If it's really, really annoying, let me know. I'll remove it. But, if I can make a couple bucks here and there, I'm going to do it. So at any rate, it's September 1st, so I simmed through August, and in the month of August, we were 15-11. So we've had 5 winning months this year. This has been our most consistent season by far. We're 82-56. We are in first place in the AL West. We are 7 games up on the Angels, who are 8-2 in their last 10. We are half a game behind the Blue Jays for the best record in the American League. We have the best pitching staff in the American League. We have one of the best fielding teams in the American League, and our offense is well above average. So this is kind of what I was talking about all those years ago, right? Was that, I had a feeling our pitching would be fine. If we could just have an offense that was above average, we would compete. And here we are. So fourth in runs scored, first in runs against, first in ERA, first in bullpen ERA, first in FIP, first in WAR, first in strikeouts, second in efficiency and zone rating, first in number of errors. We've just been very, very good. And we are going to have some decisions to make when the season's over. I was kind of putzing around with our salaries. And you can see our team salary jumps up $35 million next season. That being said, we have some contracts that are likely not to be here next year. My guess is Sean Murphy probably opts out of his contract. If he doesn't, I'd take him, by all means, take him for $5 million. But my guess is he will opt out. Santa Bria is an interesting option. If he's hitting 250, he's really, really valuable. If he's hitting 220, he's just sort of valuable. Given that he's also fragile, we'll see what happens there. Nick Hansen and Cole Franklin are both likely to move on next season. They've both been very good this year, but that's almost $11 million for those two relievers when I can get, probably 80% of that for 20% of the cost. So we will see how it goes, but that's a problem for next season. That's not a problem for this season. So let's take a look at the stats real quick before we start simming and hopefully getting to some postseason. So our pitching staff has just been absolutely rock solid this year. You see our top 5 starters: Woodruff, Gleason, Webster, Boxrucker, and Estes. Estes got off to a rough start. ERA's come down. FIP is in decent shape. But Woodruff was worth every penny that we paid him. He's put up 3.9 WAR, 16-6 in 29 starts. Ryan Gleason having his best season. Gage Webster having a really nice second season for us. That control is pretty low, and he's never going to pitch super deep into games because of the stamina, but he strikes out a ton of batters, and he's pitching well. Cade Boxrucker just continues to perform. I mean, last year he was 10-3 with a 3.02 in 25 starts. This year 6-3, 2.76 in 20 starts. He's been great. Yeah, and then we talked about Hansen. I mean, our bullpen's been outstanding, but there will likely be some changes next season. Our lineup: Cartwright, 57 doubles, put up 4.1 WAR so far. He's had 3 straight 50 double seasons. He's added some power to his repertoire this year, hitting 12 home runs. He's on pace for, 86 extra base hits. I mean, that would be pretty damn good. So he's fantastic. He's not great defensively, but the bat makes up for it. Kenny Gomez having a really nice season. We talked about moving him, but all he's done this year is put up an 867 OPS, hit for power, and just been really, really consistent. Jung Hoo Lee we picked up at the trade deadline or around the trade deadline. You can see we picked him up on draft day. And he's been real good for us. 294, 351, 456. His ARB number next year is like 4 million, but that's a reasonable number given what he's doing for us this year. Poisson, slightly down season compared to last year. The average is down a bit, on base down a bit, slugging down a bit. His OPS plus is at 99. He's on pace for 2.5 WAR. Still on pace for over 30 home runs and over 100 RBIs, so no problems. Brian Acuna, we signed him as a cheap free agent a couple years ago, and he's been terrific. He's very good defensively, good enough with the bat, so no problems there. We talked about Sanabria. Parker, I'm going to continue to bat him leadoff. We'll just continue to let him do his thing. He's put up a 341 on base percentage, batting leadoff. Once the home run power kicks up, though, he may not sit in that number 3 in that number 1 spot, especially if you get that contact up to 55, or if it bumps up to a 60 or something, it becomes our cleanup hitter. McLean's been pretty good. McLean's been very good, actually. 324, 365, 05 as a backup outfielder. Sarabia's been okay, not great. He's providing slightly above average defense in center field, stealing some bases, got 24 stolen bases. Average is a little light, but he's still only 23. Still has some room to grow there in the contact and the avoid K, so no complaints. Jonathan Munoz, the bat's finally starting to come along. You can see he's up to 296, 328, 444. Again, not great with the glove, so we may have a bit of an issue there on the infield at some points. We've got a couple players who can't really field the position. Roderick Arias, he's, I believe, if I remember correctly, he had a decent August. No, I guess he didn't. He had a decent June. Yeah, really, really bad August, actually. 7 for 50, but still has a lot of talent, 70 home run power. And Cooper Hummel we called up because I believe it was after we traded, no, that's right. We heard Burke Mabius, who we picked up in a deal right before we traded Melendez, got hurt for a couple weeks. So it's kind of where we are. So let's sim through the final month and see what that means for postseason baseball. A lot of coffee these last couple of days, guys. I have not slept much since I got back from vacation. All right, so we win 8-5. We get 2 hits, 3 RBIs from Sanabria, 3 walks for Murphy. Acuna, 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Estes improves to 10 and 10. Doesn't pitch all that well, but well enough to get the win, and that's all that matters. So we look for the win here. Start the month 2-0. Yep, 10-8. So the offense continues to crank it out here for us, even though the pitching staff, who got to start there? Webster. Yeah, only 2 1/3 innings for Webster. But Hancock, Brule, and Franklin came in, got the job done. Jung-Hoo Lee homers, drives in 4. Gomez 3 for 5. All right, so we get a day off and then 2 games at home against the Padres. And then 7 on the road against division rivals, which if we take 3 out of 4 against LA, we could basically just end whatever chances they have of catching us. But that's still a ways away. Yeah, look what looking ahead does. Look what looking ahead gets us. A 6-2 loss to San Diego. And a 6-2 loss to San Diego. So back-to-back losses to the Padres. Looking ahead, that's what looking ahead gets you. We are 6.5 games up on the Angels. We got a 4-game series right now against them. Obviously, you'd like a split on the road, especially. We win the first game 13-6. The offense cruising. Sarabia is at a grand slam for Sarabia. Murphy hit a grand slam and Sarabia. We had 2 grand slams in this game. Jung-Hoo Lee 3 for 4, 4 runs knocked in. Estes picks up the win, even though he gives up 6 in 6. Game 2 against LA. A 10-3 win. So we've won the first 2. Look at that. Roderick Arias 4 for 5 with 6 runs knocked in. Poisson, look at the top 5 in the order. 2 for 5, 2 for 5, 3 for 5, 2 for 5, 4 for 5. That will play. Cassius Thomas picks up his 10th win, and he's been really good in the bullpen this year. I'd like him to be a starter, but given the way our starters have performed this year, he's been really good as a reliever. Absolutely no complaints there. 123 strikeouts and 104 innings. He's It's been good. All right, so we look for 3 straight here against the Angels. We lose 2-1 and the final game of the series. So we get the split. But what's funny is that our best pitchers, yeah, like Ryan Gleason doesn't have a win in almost a month. Woodruff hasn't pitched particularly well over the last few games. So we got the Mariners now. They're in last place. So hopefully we can just take all 3 and kind of put any hopes of anybody else winning the division other than us to bed. Nope, we lose. So we're 4-5 this month. That's not great. Just thinking about it. There we go. A 6-0 win. Parker, 2 RBIs. Arias, 3 hits. Sarabia, 2 hits. Estes again with another win. So he's won 3 straight games. Or 3 straight starts, I should say. Game 3 on the road in Seattle. Looking to end this trip 4-3, and we do. Can't complain about a 4-3 road trip against division rivals. Sarabia with a home run. Gomez with a home run. Webster only goes 3 1/3. But again, the bullpen comes in and does what they're supposed to do. These are the final home games, final road games of the season. They are. The last 3 road games of the year in Detroit, and then we have 10 games at home to finish the season. A 1-0 loss. 2-0 win. Sanabria with a run knocked in. Parker with a run knocked in. Woodruff goes to 17-7. And the final road game of the season. We're looking for our 90th win. Oof, 11-2. That's not a good start. Who got that start? Boxrucker. Oof, 7 runs in 4 2/3. All right, it's fine. I mean, we're still 7.5 games up. We have 10 games left. We've clinched the playoffs. It's just now a matter of where we are going to finish. 89-63 puts us half a game still behind the Blue Jays, who have lost 3 games in a row. So we still have a shot at the best record in the American League here. Be nice to get that home field advantage throughout. At home against the Rangers for 3. So 3 against the Rangers, 3 against Seattle, 4 against the Twins to end the season. We win this one 5-1. Oops, he's not injured, so we will call up Mabius and make him our backup. So we win this one 5-1. We get Parker reaching base 4 times, hits a home run. Murphy hits his 11th. Yeah, he's absolutely going to opt out, 100%. He's on pace for almost 3 WAR. 100% he's going to opt out. Estes wins again. That's 4 straight decisions for Estes. Game 2 now at home against Texas. 6-3 loss. Not a great month. So we lose 2 out of 3 at home to Texas. That's disappointing. We lose again, and we lose Brandon Woodruff for 17 months. That's what I was afraid of. Crap. Okay. That's disappointing. That is really, really, really disappointing. Because that means he's gone. Obviously, that means he's gone for next year, too. So who do we call up? Yes, we call up Kubicek. Who goes into the rotation? Cassius Thomas goes back in the rotation, I guess. It's funny, as I was thinking about trading Joey Estes when the season was over. But that's not going to happen. So we're 8-10 this month. We just lost our 1A for the next season and a half. Because he's not going to be back now until 2031. We've lost 3 in a row. We bounced back with a 6-2 win there. Arias, 3 RBIs. Boxrucker has a nice start. Man, that is just gutting. Absolutely gutting. All right. Final game of the season, our series against Seattle. It's an 8-2 win. So we bounce back with 2 straight wins. Parker 2 for 4. Sarabia 3 hits. Sanabria 3 RBIs. Estes with another win. We're going to need him to be huge. So have we clinched the division yet? Yeah, we clinched the division. We're 92 and 66. We are still a half game behind the Blue Jays. They're only 3 and 7 in their last 10, so they're struggling down the stretch too. Looks like the NL West is flipped on its head here. The Rockies and the Diamondbacks are the 2 top teams out west. All right, so 4 games here against Minnesota down the stretch, and I want to make sure. Oh, we're going to get a bye because we're going to have one of the best records in the league, so I don't care who starts these games. But 2 RBIs from Parker, Cartwright, Gomez, and Poisson. 3 hits from Acuna. We have 2 30 home run guys in our lineup in Gomez and Poisson. Who got the start? Gleason goes 5 1/3. Emerson Hancock comes in, vultures the victory. We got a double header the day before the season ends. And we win them both, 5-0 and 3-1. So Parker coming on huge here. Down the stretch, it looks like he has had a really nice month of September. Yeah, 287, 402, 588, 1.1 WAR, 6 home runs, 13 RBIs. Cartwright with 3 hits. Poisson 2 hits and an RBI. Needs 1 RBI on the last day of the season, unless he had one in game 2. I guess we'll look at that in a second. Thomas pitches 6 shutout innings. Poisson does not get an RBI, so he needs 1 RBI in the final game of the season to reach 100. Cartwright 2 hits and an RBI. Jung-Hoo Lee had an RBI. Webster goes 4. All right, let's see how the final game of the season goes, and then we'll have some postseason, hopefully an extended postseason. Brandon Woodruff wins has the most wins in the American League, and he will not pitch until 2031. So that is a lot of dead money on our payroll, and there's the RBI for Poisson. 35 home runs, 100 knocked in for him. Boxrucker goes 3 2/3. Depperman gets the win, Mestris and Franklin. So we finished the season on a hot streak. We finished the season winners of 6 in a row. Finished 6 wins in a row, 96 and 66. Is that the best record in the American League? Certainly is. 96 and 66, best record in the AL, 3rd best record in baseball. Our best season. Is that our best season by far, I think, at this point? We did finish 14 and 10, so we did finish with a winning record in every single month. 96 wins is our best, right? Yeah, by far. So, yeah, we've made the playoffs now 3 straight seasons. So I think we finally turned that corner, guys. We just need to do something with it. Hopefully this is the year that kind of pushes us over the edge. We finished 5th in runs scored, 1st in runs against. Our defense was 3rd, committed the fewest amount of errors. The only thing we didn't do a ton of was steal bases. But, man, this hurts because when he comes back, he's not going to be the same pitcher. Yeah. So he's going to miss. So this is $22 million sunk. Potentially $22 million sunk here, and then the vesting option obviously won't vest. So hopefully we get a fan interest bump. We get a market. The market size is the big thing. We need that market size bump. I mean, our fan loyalty is up to above average. Fan interest sits at a 71. We need that bump. And I am going to, for the postseason, go. Actually, let's do this. I don't think it lets me change ticket prices, but I want to change ticket prices for, yeah. So we're going to go into manager's options real quick. We're going to go into commissioner mode, and we are going to up the ticket prices to $33. So we're going to bump ticket prices just for the postseason. I think that's fair and logical. I don't even know if that's bumping it enough, to be honest with you. But, all right, so we have to set our postseason roster now. Players eligible. Is there anybody not on the roster that I want on the roster? Not really. No, Cassius Thomas. I got to take somebody off. Okay, who's coming off? Cooper Hummel will come off. Cassius Thomas will come in. So Gleason, Estes. I think I'd rather have Cassius Thomas there. So do we go box? I think we're going to go Boxrucker. Like, that's how good he was. 3-man rotation. Hansen as a stopper. Franklin as a closer. Use more often. Anybody else that we want to... Depperman was great. Let's bring him in as a stopper as well. Hansen will be stopper 7th. Cassius Thomas will be long relief. Kubicek will be long relief. Webster will be middle relief / specialist. Lineups, we want to make sure they don't change anything. So never. Arias. No, I don't want Murphy batting as my pinch hitter. What is that? What is that doing? Munoz, Arias, McLean. Yep. And then against lefties, same deal. Never. And I may check to see if I want Jung-Hoo Lee out there against lefties. I think I probably do, but I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure they don't, pull one of my starters in, Game 7 of the postseason or whatever. McLean, Gomez. So Gomez isn't playing. Who do we? Oh, all right. We got Munoz out there. Okay, that's fine. All right. So it is postseason time, guys. It's postseason time. Did I see Triple Crown winner? Yeah. Alberto Hernandez, 317, 62 home runs, 141 RBIs. Triple Crown winner for Alberto Hernandez. Let's get up to the next playoff round. We're taking on either the Orioles or the Angels in the division series. Man, losing Woodruff was a nut punch for sure. All right. So, yeah. Enger Castellano, your hitter of the month in the AL. Brady House in the NL. Joey Estes is your pitcher of the month in the American League. And in the NL, it is Lucas Sims. Kevin Parker, your rookie of the month in the AL. Jonathan Graves in the NL. So we are going to be taking on the Angels. Of course we are. So we got to go through our division nemesis in order to make it to the next round. So they got... How they finished with 89 wins, I don't know. They weren't particularly good offensively. They weren't particularly good defensively either. 11th in runs scored, 7th in runs against. Their starters were okay. Shohei Ohtani, 2-11. They're without a couple of their starters, Logan Salomon and Gavin Pringle. They're without Dylan Thomas, players we don't particularly that aren't super important to them. Mike Trout only hit .209 this past season for the Angels. They did have 5 players with at least 22 home runs, so it's certainly not going to be a cakewalk. All right, so they're going to be starting Reed Detmers here in Game 1, I believe. Yep, Reed Detmers, followed by Jordan Montgomery. We're going out there with Ryan Gleason. Game number 1 in Oakland goes to the Angels. We lose 5-1. Of course we do. So we get a run from Parker on a home run in the bottom of the first, but that is all we will score. Come on. I need a playoff win. Just give me something here, guys. Just give me something. Game 2, Joey Estes against Shohei Ohtani. Nope, it's going to be Evan Lewis. It's going to be their ace. And we're down 2-0. We get steamrolled. This game, guys. All right, so Cade Boxrucker against Shohei Ohtani in Game 3. We need to win 3 straight, or our season is over. They were 11 we were 11-8 against them in the regular season, and they sweep us. And it wasn't even close. They outscored us 23-4 in 3 games. We didn't hit. We didn't pitch. And 96 wins down the drain. That's really, really disappointing. All right. Now, let's sim to the end of the regular season and see if we can get over the hump next year. I don't know what to do. I mean, we made the playoffs 3 straight seasons. I feel like we've kind of cleared that hurdle of sorting out the figuring out our finances and putting together a successful team on the field. Of course, losing Woodruff is, I don't know that, having Woodruff on the team for that series would have made a difference. But losing him next year is going to, is going to hurt, cause that's 15 or no, next year it's $22 million that just is going to give us zero value. And that's just something we can't afford. And I knew that was a risk, cause I signed him as a fragile pitcher, but 17 months, I don't think I've ever seen, other than of course career-ending injuries, I don't think I've ever seen an injury. I may have seen an 18-month injury here and there, but 17-month injury is just absolutely absurd. Oh, man. Yeah, we need to get the market size up. I don't know if we're ever truly going to be able to spend a lot more money until that market size increases. I mean, making the playoffs 3 straight years, fan interest is up. So the Diamondbacks and the Blue Jays are going to be playing in the World Series. Fan interest is up. The fan loyalty is up. So I think that's a positive, but I think those types of budget increases are negligible compared to the market size bump. So we need to figure out the market size or hope that our owner dies. I mean, that's the next option. Is we hope that the owner dies. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so the Blue Jays and the Diamondbacks are tied at 1. Blue Jays up 3-2. Toronto Blue Jays win the 2029 World Series. So we're 8 seasons into this. We just finished our 8th season, 8th season. We've made the playoffs in 4 of them. We're definitely trending in the right direction. Losing Woodruff for the next year and a half is going to kill us. That's really going to hurt. Let's see, new budget, $110 million. Yeah, it's going to leave us with nothing because our budget right now is 120. Our team payroll is 128. Murphy voided the last year of his contract. That's not a surprise. All right, so we need a new first base coach, a new trainer, and a new assistant GM. All right, let's look at first base coach first because that's an easy one to fill. Basically, we need someone to teach running and teach catcher. We need someone who's really good at catcher and running. That's what I'm looking for, catcher and running. Base coach. Simon Plagg. He has no interest. Jeff Rowland, outstanding, and he's 74, so he's going to retire. Jeremy Acey's excellent and excellent. Sure. He has no interest in being our first base coach. What about Jeff Rowland? All right, he will be our first base coach. All right, now we need a trainer. Oh, that's so disappointing, guys. This guy looks okay. Inzamam Balak. He has no interest in working for Oakland. We may have had him in the past. I don't even remember. Not a lot of good trainers. And this is the risk you take when you let your trainer go. Fair, excellent. Sure, he's not great, but this is the guy I really wanted. Balak is the guy I really wanted, I think. Yeah. All right, so then we needed an assistant GM, and I don't really care about assistant GMs. I just like somebody who's either blue or green across the board, because then he tends to agree with what it is I'm looking at. This is the one I care less about, though. Oh, no. No, I guess I like all blue or green is kind of what I look for. Offense neutral. Sure, what about Pete Lavin? All right, there's our assistant GM. All right, so now we have some... Oh, man, Brule is a free agent. He wants 5.5. We can't afford to pay him. What does Murphy want? 18. I mean, I'm going to offer him... Well, I can't. I must have already offered him. All right, so first thing I want to do is go to... Here? Nope. Is this where I want to go? Nope. I want to go here, I think. No. Where do I want to go? I want to go... What am I looking for, guys? I am looking for the page that allows me to offer contracts to all of my minor league players. Upcoming free agents. There it is. All right. All right, so arbitration. Nastrini. Withdraw. Cassius Thomas wants 1.5. That's a no-brainer to me. Cole Franklin, Nick Hansen, they're both likely to be traded. Raylan Perez was quite good in his time with us. Bring him back. 1.4, so 1.350. Poisson, Cartwright, Acuna, Arias wants 1.2. I'm just trying to get the cheap ones out of the way first, and then we can deal with the other ones afterwards. We don't have a lot of cheap ones. We've got some pretty substantial ARB numbers here that are staring us in the face. So Franklin, I think, is an easy one. I think we offer him out. If nobody's interested, we DFA him. Or not DFA. I always say DFA. Non-tender. Non-tender him. Yeah, it looks like we're going to be able to get something back. Like, I would take Caswell Smith back for him. What's his ARB number? $2 million. Yeah, I mean, that saves us $2 million right there. Excuse me. Obviously could use another starter with Woodruff being out for the year. low. I think that's our guy right there. Zachary Easterling. Well, what's his ARB number? 2.3. So that saves us about $3 million if we go with someone like Easterling. He's potentially, I mean, he's not, he could start in a pinch, but good stuff, good movement, good control. Made 18 starts for them last year. I think that's probably our guy, but let's just verify. Yeah, I would prefer to bring in somebody who is still on the league minimum, but that doesn't look like it's going to be an option. So it comes down to whether or not we like Figaro's 20. I think we go with Zachary Easterling. They don't have any additional money to give us. We're going to need some bullpen help because we are moving, you know, a handful of our bullpen pieces out to try to save us some money. They don't really have much from a bullpen perspective. He's interesting. An eye and discipline. He's great defensively. I don't like him that much. Tyrone Richardson. I like him. Okay, you want Suarez? Yeah, this deal works for me. Picking up Tyrone Richardson, who can play all three outfield positions, has some pop in the bat. Along with Zachary Easterling, we give a Cole Franklin and Ezekiel Suarez. Fans don't like that. And we're going to take some fan interest hits, I think, this offseason. I don't know what the alternative is, honestly. Arbitrations. Let's go look at Easterling now. He wants 2-3, so 2-2. Yep. All right, so we sign him to a $2.2 million deal. Nick Hansen is another one we're going to need to look to move. I would prefer to get ourselves a... Yeah, there's not as much interest in him as there was in... Maybe I should have tried matching them up together. Maybe that would have been the better option. Try to pair them up. Was there anybody else that we needed to move? That we needed to move? Maybe Sanabria? So what happens if we do something like that? Yeah, and I mean, we're not like I don't know. Like this is hard. This is tough because I mean those are two really good players, but a lot of 2.5 star. Yeah, I'm not interested in giving up Sanabria and Hansen for that. What if we just do prospects? What if I do Hansen and Sanabria for just prospects? Yeah, those aren't really prospects. I mean, I guess technically they are, but they're not good prospects. Yeah, that's a little not disconcerting, but upsetting, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the right word is. I don't like it. That's what I'm going to say. I don't like it. All right, so what can we get for just Hansen? Caswell Smith. He's a reliever. He's got good stuff. He's a ground ball pitcher, sinker slider pitcher, two-pitch pitcher. Changeup isn't really much of anything. Yeah, I mean, we're only saving like $2 million going to Caswell Smith. I'd almost rather keep Hansen at that point. All right. So let's talk to some of the players that we are pretty confident we're going to bring back. So Boxwalker wants 3-4. So coming out from 3-2-5. Yep. Webster wants 3-5. So coming out from 3-3. No, 3-3-5. 3-4. All right. Cartwright wants 4.8. So 4-6. Acuna wants 4-2. That's not an unreasonable contract. .9, 4.7, 6, 7, and 7. That seems like a reasonable deal. Can we get this down to 3-5? And this down to 4-5? And this down to 6? Like that? Okay. 5 years, $28.5 million. He wanted 4.2, so that saves us about $250,000. So now we have Poisson wants 9.7, so we should be able to offer him like 9.4. Yep. All right, so now I'm gonna sim ahead today because I can't. I don't think I can bring back Sanabria, Gomez, and Lee. Sanabria and Gomez. So Sanabria's got the highest ceiling with that bat. Jung-Hoo Lee is probably the most. I don't know. He's the best. He's the best defensively. Probably has the best bat. Kenny Gomez is the only one who's. Oh, they're all fragile. Kenny Gomez wants $4 million. Is anybody interested in him? Like, if I want to see which of these deals brings us back the biggest return. Nick York from the Red Sox. Alexandre Alvarez. No. Chris Newstrom. We don't really need a catcher. Always can bring in a good catcher, though. Always willing to bring in a good young catcher. Cutter Clausen with Houston. No. Dodgers have a couple of pitchers they're willing to give us. Carlos Betancourt's not terrible. Only has 1+ pitch, but it's a nasty changeup. He was 7-15 a year ago. I mean, he looks okay. Benani Robles. Oof, look at that record, guys. 21 and, what is that, 50 over the last 3 years? Old friend James Wood. Coming off a bad season with the Mets. Traded him at the right time. Elijah Green. Good defensively. Only hit a $191 a year ago. Yeah, that contact is really bad. Manny Alvarado, no. All right, so if we take Gomez out, my guess is Jung-Hoo Lee probably has the least amount of value. Yeah, because of his age and whatnot. So if we go Hansen and Sanabria. So it looks like Sanabria and Gomez have basically the same, roughly the same value. Maybe a little bit more from Sanabria, which would make sense. Gray Harrison, 27 years old. Good movement. I like that. Christian Mena. Looks okay. Yeah, getting a few more options here from the Sanabria and Hansen package. Brendan Girton. What happened to the Dodgers last year? Those are some, I mean, these are not bad pitchers. Those are some bad statistics. And they got a handful of decent pitchers that aren't making a lot of money. Philadelphia really trying to move Jefferson Figueroa. 26-year-old Boone Fay, Winston Santos. Bring back Spencer Torkelson. Interesting deal from the White Sox, Wes Kath. He's making $3 million. And the other three players aren't terrible. Parker Welch is somebody we've looked at a couple of times. Corbin Carroll. And the problem with Corbin Carroll is what he's making. He's making $9 million in arbitration, and he's fragile. But that's not a terrible deal. Alcantara, Zavala, Strumpf, Cuero, Ketelar, Fleming, David Bodie, Zach Lothar. So what does our lineup look like right now? So we brought in Richardson. So Richardson can play anywhere in the outfield. I think he might be, is he the replacement for Gomez? 60, 60, 65, 30, 65. Oops. 50, 50, 60. He's not as good a hitter as Gomez, but he's better defensively. He's better on the base paths, and he's obviously cheaper. McClain, not as good with the bat. I mean, we could potentially move both Lee and Gomez, but then our starting outfield is Sarab. Yeah, at that point, our starting outfield can't hit. So I think we need at least one of those players. I lean towards keeping Sanabria just because he's younger, but Jung-Hoo Lee has less value. So if we offer up him and Hansen, Jung-Hoo Lee has almost no value, which is weird. So I think we make the difficult decision to non-tender. As crazy as that sounds, non-tender Jung-Hoo Lee. Nick Hansen wants $4.5 million. He's fragile. All right, let's talk to these two guys first. So Sanabria wants 5.75, so we should be able to get him for either 5.4 or 5.5. It's going to be 5.5. And Kenny Gomez wants 3.9. Come on. All right, so get him at 3.8. All right, we're going to offer him he wants 4.5. It's a lot of money for us for a reliever, but I think, and we're not going to have any money for free agency, so it's not like I need the money for anything. Let's sim ahead and see what we got. That's really disappointing. All right, so we're going to get a lot of these minor league free agents who are not interested in signing contracts with us, and that's ultimately fine. Yeah, that Woodruff thing, man, that hurt. That hurt. Because that rethinks, that forces us to rethink what next year is going to look like. So we signed Poisson, fans liked that. We signed Boxrucker, fans liked that. We signed Cassius Thomas. We signed Nick Cartwright. What's our fan interest at right now? It's at a 70. It was at a 75. We got to drop this back down. Let's drop this to 31.50. Yeah, not having any money is rough. It's a challenge. All right, so we get Nick Hansen, fans like that. Kenny Gomez, Sanabria, fans like that. So that should bump us back up over 71. Yep, we're back up to 72 now. Yeah, we need to figure. I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. We're gonna make some money next season. We last year we had we started a charity, so that ate away at whatever we had left in finances. So that comes off the book next season, which is nice. But Roderick Arias, we get our first base coach, our team trainer. I mean, as expected, everybody that we've offered wants to come back. So we're going to get to free agency, and then I will probably see if we can potentially move some of those players again. Because obviously with no money, we lose the ability to look for popular players to bring in. So AL Gold Gloves, Tampa, Toronto, Houston. Brian Acuna wins the Gold Glove at shortstop. Let's see the National League there. Reliever of the year. Acuna signs the contract. Fan interest increases. Bumps us up to a 74 now. That's nice. So the reigning Gold Glove winner at shortstop. Nick Hansen wins the Reliever of the Year. I wonder if that adds to his value at all. I don't really know. I don't think it does, but maybe the fact that he has an award under his belt does. Who knows? Silver Sluggers. Rushman, Fermin, Marte, Hernandez, Bichette, Cordereal, Trout, Sasaki, Vlad. No Oakland Athletics. You can see the National League there. We should have the Rookie of the Year in Kevin Parker. We do. Gets all 30 first place votes. Jonathan Munoz finishes second. Yeah, I forgot about Munoz. I mean, he really could be that guy who steps in to, play left field, if we need him out there. So we may still be able to do something with one of our outfielders. Bob Henley is the Manager of the Year in the AL. James Avery in the NL. Cy Young, Evan Lewis, Brandon Woodruff finishes second. He's now only out for 15 months in the NL. It's Corbin Burns. Of course it is. Yeah, I mean, he's had some success since leaving Oakland, but he gave us some good years. And we move on. All right, Alberto Hernandez, no surprise, wins the AL MVP, and Davison De Los Santos wins the NL MVP. I wonder if there's a market for Brandon Woodruff. I wonder if there's a team out there that has the money that would be, because as much as I don't want to trade him, I feel like that's the kind of deal that if we can find someone to take the contract off our hands, that we have to. I mean, I wouldn't have dreamt of trading him if he didn't get hurt. But the fact that we're going to lose him for essentially a year and a half, I don't know that we can survive that type of lack of value from, $22 million. So we'll get up to arbitration. When it comes back, I may just see if anybody's got any interest in him. I mean, I would assume not, but who knows? Weirder things have happened. All right, so we are at free agency. I want to... Let's just see. I mean, he's got value because of his ratings, Yeah, that's what I thought. Even if I retain 100%, nobody wants him. Okay, that's fine. So Bo Bichette is a free agent. 31-year-old Bo Bichette, international free agents. Nobody that we're going to be able to afford. Nobody that we wanted, even if we could afford them. And he's great defensively. And there's some good names on here. And nobody we're going to be able to sign. That doesn't really make any difference, but we have $0. Player payroll is $107 million. Hansen's a free agent after next season. He wants $8 million a year. I mean, he's probably worth it. But I want to try this deal because I feel like, again, we can make Munoz a left fielder if we need to. Not as many deals. I think teams all have their contract offers out. Pete Crow Armstrong, $3.8 million a year for the next X number of seasons. Carlos Duran, no. Yeah, it looks like teams have some money, but not a lot of money, which is better than kind of what we were dealing with previously. We have no money, so there's really not a whole hell of a lot we can do in free agency. Which I guess is fine. There's not really... I mean, Ronzi Contreras for $7 million. Oh, wow. Okay. OSA hates him. Wow, Bo Bichette's good. Look at some of these players. I mean, we could use a bat. We definitely could use a bat. How far... So we're about $5 million away from zero, right? We're well, negative, yeah, about $4.8 million below being able to afford a free agent. So we would need to clear a butt ton of money to bring anybody in, which I don't think is really feasible. And maybe we try to scrape the bottom of the barrel come spring training. I'm just looking to see what we got here. Yeah, we have nothing. And since we have nothing, I don't know that it makes sense to trade. So Webster goes back in. Yeah, we are... That's not where I want to be. I want to be here. Montalvo can come back up. Jack Frankel. I don't know that he's ready, but he's got to go on the 40-man. Oh, I forgot about Shafransky, our first-round pick a year ago. He is looking damn good. We can move him up. Perella, he's ready to come up. I'm just trying to get everybody on the big league roster that will be on the big league roster. So we have 5 outfielders. Arias is our back. I mean, our offense is basically set, right? No, we need a catcher, I guess. Because right now our starting catcher is Burke Mabius. Our starting right fielder will be, I guess, Richardson. Yeah, I guess. So we need a catcher to fill out the roster. And then, I mean, I would rather put Munoz out in the lineup somewhere. But Sanabria can't. I mean, yeah, Sanabria's not that good. So I'm going to do this. Woodruff has to be activated. The more I think about it, the more I'm talking myself into trading Sanabria. Unfortunately, we're back to teams not having a lot of money because they've, I think, thrown all their money out in free agency, which is fine. I mean, I guess if we go kind of to battle with this team next year, plus whatever we're able to get in the Rule 5, I'm okay with that. I want to trade any of, like, I mean, Estrada. Can Estrada and Church get us anything? Can it get us a pitcher? Can it get us a younger hitter? Nomar Rojas. He had a pretty good season a year ago for the Blue Jays. Fastball changeup guy. That's a possibility. Noah Takix. You've got money right there. You got cash. You have cash available. You have cash on hand. All right. So we can't do anything. We just can't do anything right now. So that's fine. It's going to be a fairly boring offseason. So what I'm going to do is I am going to sim up to the Rule 5. And when I come back, it'll be the Rule 5. And we will do some Rule 5ing. Be right back. All right. It is Rule 5 draft time. And I made a couple of deals. I mean, I guess you could call them fringy. I mean, we brought in a backup catcher and we brought in a new reliever. So we brought in Indigo Diaz from our Cross Bay rivals, the San Francisco Giants. You can see 36 saves last year, 30 the year before that, 25 the year before that, $2.8 million this season. His contract is up after this season. He wants 8.5. We traded Indigo Diaz for Nick Hansen. And they're making Hansen a starter, so that'll be interesting to see how that works out. But it saved us about $1.5 million. Hansen has been really, really good. He's a 2-time reliever of the year. They're both 31. They're both free agents at the end of the season. Fan interest went, and we had to throw in a little bit of money, $170,000 in cash. And we retained, right? So we didn't save anything on this deal, really is what it boils down to. Diaz for Hansen. Yeah, that was a bad deal by me. That was I wasn't paying attention. I'm still in my vacation hangover deal. Now that I look at it, I thought Diaz was still under team control. So that was my bad. That was just a bad deal on my part. So not well done by me there, but he is a good pitcher. Fastball slider pitcher, 95 to 97. He should be just fine in the pen for us. And then the other deal we made was with the White Sox. We traded Juan Estrada, who was a Rule 5 guy we picked up a couple of years ago. Spent most of last season in AAA Las Vegas. And we bring in Chris Newsom, a slightly above average hitting catcher. He'll be our backup catcher. So Mabius and Newstrom will be our catcher tandem this year. And those are the two deals that we made. We still sit with no money. Fan interest is down to 69. Nice, because Sean Murphy signed a contract with someone. Who did he sign with? Of course, he signed with the Angels. Three years, $45 million. Yeah, we couldn't have matched that even if we wanted to. So, all right, let's make sure that everybody that we want on our 40-man is on our 40-man before we do the Rule 5. Brandon Neely is going to go on the 40-man. I think it's time to trade Osvaldo Tito. Luis Ariz, I have a feeling he gets taken. We may as well put him on the 40-man. Well, I guess I don't really care if these guys get taken. It's just nice to have the depth. Vanek, I don't care about. Zamora, I don't care about. Does anybody want Tito? Cole Hernandez. He's not bad. Bobby Urzua. Good fielding out, good defensive outfielder, good speed. It's a first-round pick in 2028. Sure, I can make that deal with Detroit. Clears up some 40-man space for us. Speaking of 40-man space, is there anybody on the 40-man that we don't want on the 40-man? Roy Garcia actually looks pretty damn good. My guess is he's better. He plays better as a reliever. So if we promote him to Oakland and make him a reliever, yeah, he looks pretty good. Fan favorite, extreme ground ball. Yeah, I like Roy Garcia. Zach Carden, I want to move him, get him off the 40-man if we can. Save a little bit of money. Nobody wants him. It's fine. So we will waive and designate. Trying to save every penny we can here, right? I mean, that's what we need to do. Ruben Church is now 27. Does anybody want him? Is there anybody on a minor league deal that is reasonable? These guys are all making the minimum, but I mean, that's fine. I mean, I guess the minimum's okay. What about if we just do prospects? Because we are getting basically 5 names from almost every team. Nope. Donovan Red, ground ball pitcher. 9th round pick in 2027. No, we will just DFA. Anybody else? I think everybody else that is here we need here. Colton Wombles, we can DFA him. Some of these dollar amounts go up. We're up to $125 million. Joey S has a team option for next season, so we likely pick that up because getting Estes for $15 million will seem like a bargain. I don't know that we're going to pick up Santabria at 7.3 unless he improves significantly. So, yeah, we got some names that are jumping up in cost here, which we kind of knew was going to happen. But, all right, let's get to the Rule 5. So, we're picking 28th. It's not great, but, all right. So, we lose RIs. We lose Church. That's fine. I saw a name on there that I liked right off the bat. Got a couple of names on here. Mike Armendariz. Oof. I think we take him and just hope that he develops. There are some good names. Willie Perez can really hit righties, can't really hit lefties. Alcivar looks like he's going to be a beast at some point down the road. There's Carden. Danny Seha looks okay. I have a feeling I'm just going to take that second baseman. I just want to make sure there's, as always, there's nobody else here that I'm missing. Juan Morales was the 24th overall pick back in 2025. Josh Price. I mean, good contact. Decent enough in the... Yeah, we don't really need him, though. I mean, we don't really need any of the guys in the Rule 5, but... Nelson Rodriguez... I mean, I think I would take him just to trade him. Sal Santiago. A lot of good names. A lot of good names in the Rule 5. Especially if you were truly a rebuilding team. There would be, if you were a team that was, you didn't have any shot of winning this year. Yeah, we're going to take Armendariz. Then we're going to take Our old friend Eric Batanti. Are there any pitchers available that are any good? Nope. So where's that other second baseman? I think I may just take a couple of these guys and see if I can package them for, I don't know, a pitcher. Peguero, he's interesting. I mean, I love the bat. He obviously literally has no position, but I like the bat. Valdez, the number 94 prospect in baseball. Sure. We'll take him and try to trade him. And it's a second baseman. Another second baseman. Sure, he'll pop up here eventually right there. Juan Morales. No, wasn't Morales. It's this guy, Nelson Rodriguez. All right, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to take those three and complete the draft. And then we are going to go into our team, and we are going... Yeah, I like Armendariz. I hope he develops. Not going to play much this year, but that's fine. Because Arias will back up pretty much at all the infield positions. So Valdez and Rodriguez. What can we get for Rodriguez and Valdez? Where is Rodriguez? I'm sure I've passed him. Nope, he's right there. All right. Decent hitting outfielder. We can get Batanti back, which isn't a terrible idea. We can get Leo Rocha, who looks like a pretty good defensive player all over the field, all over the diamond. Omar Batres. Somebody by the name of Jeter. Tony Medina. All right. All right, so there's some interest here with Pittsburgh, which I like. Who do I like the best, though? Raul Fernandez looks okay. 18-year-old, high greed. Camacho's 24. He's the most developed. I mean, I kind of like the idea of... Well, let's do this. Let's sim ahead one day. Let's try this. All right, it's the same batch of players. That's fine. Bournes is pretty okay. 23 years old, high leader, high greed, low loyalty. It actually has changed. Let me get rid of that and go back here. All right. So Raul Fernandez, I think, is option number one because he's got the high work ethic and high greed. So can we get him and Gonzalez? If I give you 34-year-old Carlos Arroyo, you'll make that happen. Okay, I mean, whatever. It's fine. Okay. Can I add to this without giving up a ton of talent? I mean, they won't give me Gallegos, yeah. And I saw that he was the number 40, whatever prospect it was in the game. So he's got a terrible arm, terrible DP, but he's good at second base. I don't want to give up any of these players. Okay, so I can't get him. Chris Valenzuela, high leader, high work ethic. He's not particularly good, though. Brandon Kearns was the other name. No, they don't want to give him up. Have anybody in AAA? That guy's interesting. If he develops, that looks like fun. He's number 95 prospect in baseball, really? You say so. I'm fine with this. So we're going to get Raul Fernandez and Ruben Gonzalez, a couple of young potential bats, a 22-year-old and an 18-year-old for Valdez and Rodriguez, two players that were on our Rule 5 that we couldn't do anything with. So we will do that. All right, so I am now going to sim ahead to opening day. So it was a pretty boring offseason, really. Not a whole lot we could do. Some fringy type stuff. I'll keep plugging away and seeing if there are any deals I can make. But next time you see me, it'll be opening day. We'll set our rosters, and we will get to opening day. So I'll be right back. All right, guys, we are back. And obviously, since there was no video yesterday, I wasn't able to get this done on Sunday. Ran out of time before my live stream for GM Games. So we're going to finish this up here on Monday. I'll get this posted today, and we are back on track. I'll get you your next video on Friday, and everyone should be happy. So it is opening day, and you can see there in bright blue right in the middle of the page one of the big transactions we made here as we got to the end of the offseason. We brought in Chris Bryant on a 1-year contract worth. It was only $5 million. He's obviously a captain, or he's extremely popular. His injury proneness is wrecked, which is a concern, but he's a very consistent bat against both lefties and righties. We'll probably end up playing him in the outfield most of the time or designated hitter. And you'll also notice a distinct lack of Jose Sarabia. We traded him and added a new pitcher. We added a new starting pitcher. We added Alexander McCarthy, a 3-star, 3.5-star starter from the Atlanta Braves. You can see back on the 21st, we traded Sanabria, Indigo Diaz, Kyle Spencer, and Abraham Toro to the Braves. We picked up Alexander McCarthy and Rob Manetta, a 27-year-old bullpen arm. Probably pitching below his age grade here a little bit at 27, but it adds some depth to our minor league system. And we pick up McCarthy, who is a fly ball pitcher, sinker fastball, curveball pitcher, high work ethic, 26 years old. Has put together a couple of decent seasons. His rookie year in Atlanta was really, really good, 18 wins. But he's been durable. He's been consistent, averaging more than a strikeout an inning. And I hope that the move to Oakland will be good for him. So we give up Sanabria, who, 25 years old. His ARB number was starting to jump. He was good for just over 1.8 WAR last year, 117 OPS plus. So we replace Sanabria, probably higher ceiling, with Chris Bryant for the year, probably higher floor. So those were the major moves we made. I think we did one other. Yeah, we made one other deal here. Oh, we traded Kenny Gomez. That's right. We traded Kenny Gomez to the St. Louis Cardinals along with David Jackson, who's a 20-year-old. He's the number 205 prospect in the game. Low work ethic, low intelligence. I don't anticipate that he's going to turn into anything great. He could. In which case it'll be a bad deal for us. But we gave up Gomez, Jackson, and Manny Hartley, a 26-year-old, pretty much fully developed outfielder, in exchange for Victor Romo. Again, some more bullpen depth. He's only 25, but I like the adaptability, work ethic, intelligence. Ground ball pitcher, can throw 4 good pitches. He will probably see some time with the big team this year. Cal Rennie, who is a backup infielder / outfielder type, really can play anywhere in the diamond. He's 23 years old, the number 207 prospect in the game. And we pick up Jordan Shimizu, a 20-year-old catching prospect, high leader, very, very good catcher ability. He was drafted in the 11th or in the 3rd round back in 2028. So we give up Kenny Gomez. We bring back Romo, Shimizu, and Rennie. So we bring back some depth along with a potential really, really good catching prospect. And then Victor Romo, who I think will help us. So we move on from Gomez. We move on from Sanabria, or Sarabia, rather. And Sanabria, right. Sarabia is still on the team. The names confuse me. And we bring back Chris Bryant and some prospects, as well as Alexander McCarthy. So those are the changes we made. It is now time to set the big league roster. Actually, I already set the roster. I did that yesterday while I was killing time. All right, so we have to set our pitching staff. I think it might actually be set. Yeah, I think I set our pitching staff last night. I apologize for that. I did that. I thought I was going to have time to come back and show you guys, but it turns out I didn't. But you can see we got Gleason, Estes, McCarthy, Webster, Boxrucker. So basically, we replace Woodruff with McCarthy. We're going to move Sagramore Mestris into the closer role, 65, 50, 60. Only has a 65 fastball, but can bring it at over 100 miles an hour. He wants to be a starter. We'll see how things go in the closer role. We'll see how our starters do. We could easily make Webster. We might. That might be a better move if we do something like this and then make him this closer. So Gage Webster as the closer. 75, 50, 40. Fly ball. We'll give it a try. And we'll make Mestris a starting pitcher. He drops to a 55, 50, 60, but still potentially pretty good. Good stamina as well. We brought in Zach Easterling. You saw that already. So we got Webster as our closer, Hancock as our stopper. I like the ratings and the extreme ground balls as a stopper. I think could work well. Thomas, Depperman, Easterling as our middle relief. Perella, Montalvo, and Garcia as our long relief. And I don't think I set my lineups yet. The lineups are the one thing I didn't set. So let's go in and let's clear the lineups. So Cartwright will bat second. Our leadoff hitter will be Parker again. I'm not crazy about him batting leadoff. I'd rather have him further down in the lineup. I'd rather have him batting third and then have Poisson batting fourth. Do we go with I'm not crazy about Sarabia in the leadoff hole either. Parker put up a 350 on base percentage. Do we go? No, Chris Bryant. Maybe not against righties, but I could see him against lefties. Now, you know what? We're going to back Chris Bryant leadoff. Play right field. So who's going to bat fifth? Oh, we also brought in John Origel. We got him for the second baseman that we picked up in the Rule 5 draft, which was Mike Armendariz, who looks like ultimately he could be better, but he's not very good defensively. Origel can play second base, can play first base, and has a really good bat, and still has some room to grow. So we bring in Origel. Who bats fifth? We're really right-handed heavy. Wow, look at that. Who is going to bat fifth? Jonathan Munoz will bat fifth. He's going to play left. Right? Yeah, our outfield defense is not going to be great this year, at least from a starter perspective. We've got Richardson and McLean that can come in as defensive replacements, which I think makes a lot of sense. Defensive sub there, defensive sub there, defensive sub there. Okay. So we need center field, DH, shortstop. So our designated hitter. Can Arias play the outfield at all? He doesn't have the range, but he's got the arm. Yeah, he's not my shortstop. Do we make Munoz? Yeah, we're going to make Munoz the DH, and we're going to put Arias out and left. Sarabia in center. Maybe it's at catcher. And Acuna at short. We're going to do it like that. Let's see how the AI likes that. Newstrom every third game. McLean. Yeah, that's fine. You can start Richardson every second game against righties. I am okay with that out in right field. I think we're going to have enough offensively. I think this is the year, hopefully, that Arias busts out. Parker looks to be a beast. So we'll see how it goes. And against lefties, let's copy. Not going to make too many changes because we are super left-handed heavy anyway. Maybe start Newstrom. And we'll start Newstrom against lefties, though. At catcher, Origel, 65-65. I mean, he can hit either, so he's fine. Can he play anywhere else in the diamond? No, he's really a second baseman, first baseman, or DH. Yeah, I'm good with that. I am good with that. So we are going to sim through today. I took a look at the waiver wire. There really wasn't anybody that I wanted to take a run at. Not a lot of offensive talent. I mean, there's some decent players in here, but I could bring back Pete Crow Armstrong, but I don't want to pay the $3,000,000, Oof, that's a contract. And then I don't think there were any pitchers that were hands down better. Like, I think one of these pitchers was pretty good. Was it McCoy? Yeah, it was McCoy, but we can't afford him. We can't afford the 1.5, so maybe we can try to trade for him. If they retain. So if I give you a middling prospect, let's say I give you Isaiah. No, I don't want to give you Isaiah Pearson. Let's try. Yeah, okay. I can't make a deal. I'm not going to spend way too much time trying to pick up a back of the bullpen guy. So we're going to sim to tomorrow, and it will be opening day. We'll let the game play opening day, and we'll call it an episode. All right, let's get to opening day. It looks like we're going to be facing Louis Patino here in Tampa. It's our first time watching the Rays play. Oh, they got Royce Lewis. How did he end up? He hasn't been particularly good. Anyway, so we got Bryant, Cartwright, Parker, Poisson, Munoz, Arias, Sarabia, Mabius, and Acuna with Gleason on the mound. And you've got Lewis, Jalen Baldwin, Wander Franco, Caleb Hampton, Xavier Alvarez, Luis Renifo, Cameron Misner, Will Taylor. They don't look all that good. They got Patino going, and he's pretty good. So I had that one season 4 years ago where we won 20 games or something. But anyway, that is opening day. So let's watch opening day, see how it goes, and call it an episode. Nice looking ballpark here and out of the park 23. Bryant grounds out to third. Cartwright does what Cartwright does, picks up a hit to right. And he steals second. Throw goes into center. He's going to make his way over to third. All right. Parker with a fly ball to center. It's going to stay in the park, but it'll be deep enough to get Cartwright home. So we take a 1-0 lead on a single stolen base E2 sac fly. And Poisson grounds back to the pitcher. So we pick up a run in the first. We're up 1-0. Gleason against Lewis. Ground ball to short. One away. Baldwin infield single. 2-2 pitch to Franco is a strikeout. And the 1-2 to Hampton, grounded to short. And we give up a single and nothing else. Munoz strikes out. Arias pops up to the third baseman. And Sarabia draws a 2-out walk. He is going to be caught stealing, and that will retire the side. Full count pitch. Fly ball to center is up against the wall. So a leadoff double for Xavier Alvarez. Renifro pops up to the third baseman. Poisson, 1 out. Misner strikes out. And Taylor pops up to the catcher. So give up a leadoff double. Get out of that unscathed. Maybe a strikes out. Acuna grounds to short. And Chris Bryant draws a walk. There's another hit by Cartwright, so he's 2 for 2. So we got 2 on, 2 out for Parker. He draws a walk. Bases are loaded for Poisson here in the top of the third, and that's going to get down for a hit. That should score a couple. Yep, 2-run single for Robert Poisson. We are up 3-0. Munoz strikes out, but we pick up a couple. Drew Romo leads off. Leadoff single for Romo. Royce Lewis grounds into the 6-4-3 double play. And Baldwin, fly ball to center field. And the catch is made. So 3 shutout innings so far for Gleason. Arias draws a leadoff walk. Sarabia with a line out to center. Mabius with a pop out to center. And Acuna with a bloop single to center. Around to third goes Arias, and that'll be 2 on, 2 outs now for Chris Bryant. Draws a walk. Bases are loaded for Cartwright. And he strikes out. Ooh, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. Wander Franco leads off. Flies out. I think he's going to be caught. Yep, catch made there. Caleb Hampton. Ground ball to short. It's 2 away. And Alvarez doubled last time. Pops up to the second baseman. 1, 2, 3, 4th. Parker leads off. He walked last time. Grounds out to third here. Poisson with a 2-run single last time. Hits a home run here. So 3 RBIs for Robert Poisson here through the first 4 innings. Strikeout for Munoz. And Arias draws a walk. Sarabia strikes out. We are now up 4-0. Renifro grounds to short. There's 1. Misner grounds to second. There's 2. And Taylor grounds to second. Another 1, 2, 3 inning. So 5 shutout innings for Gleason here on opening day. Mabius strikes out. Acuna pops up to the right side. Catch is going to be made by the right fielder. And Bryant pops out to center. So we go 1, 2, 3 in the 6th. Got Romo leading off. Another ground ball to the infield. 1 out. Royce Lewis is 0 for 2. That's going to get down. Oh, it's going to be a diving catch made in center field for the second out of the inning. And that's going to be an infield hit there. So the second infield hit of the game. And that will retire the side. So 6 shutout innings for Gleason now. Victor Vodnik against Cartwright. Cartwright line out to right. Nice sliding catch out there. Parker walks. There's another hit for Poisson. He's got 3 hits on opening day. Parker's going to make his way over to third. Runners at the corners, 1 out. And we can't take advantage of it. Strikeout, pop out. So we go to the bottom of the 7th, up 4-0. Hampton, it's a fly ball to center. Catch is made out there by Sarabia. Alvarez, the 1-2. He strikes out. And the 3-0 pitch to Renifro is a walk. 3-1. Back-to-back walks now. There's a fly ball to center. And we get through. So Gleason's through 7 shutouts so far. Sarabia grounds it to short. 1 out. Mabius